Brad, thank you for being on your mat and working with us today. Beautiful sunny Colorado, beautiful spot to just be. There's no expectations. Nobody needs to know anything about who you are, what you do. You can be anybody you need to be on this mat and towel right now. All right, toes and heels together. We always start out the same way. We redistribute the body weight on the feet, so moving the body weight back into the heels and back and forth. Good, and we stand tall. You're looking forward. Nice gaze. Chin is in neutral position. Interlace your 10 fingers. Knuckles underneath the chin. The head stays on top of the spine. Just exhale, relax the shoulders down. Nice. All right, let's begin with the breathing exercise. Inhale. Separate the elbows. Lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. You're constantly drawing the air in, full lungs. Exhale, head up, eyes open. Good. Look up, look back. Relax the shoulders down. Bring the elbows forward. Elbows together away from the chest. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up. We're going to do this again and again and again for 10 cycles. Good. Bringing the chin down, lifting the elbows up. Nice. Exhale, open. So the knuckles stay touching with the chin. You're relaxing. You're looking up and lengthening through the neck, the spine, reaching the elbows forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up. Now the belly button comes up and in, up towards the spine. You feel the lift through the joints. Keep inhaling. And then exhale, head up, nice, slow and controlled. Look up, look back. Equal and simultaneous. The head draws back and the elbows reach forward away from the chest. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up. Slow, slow, slow. Let's start to engage the thigh muscles. Kneecaps lift up. You're finding your stability nice and strong. Exhale, head up, eyes open. There's no need to think. We just listen and we just do and we just try. Now the elbows don't have to come this far away from the chest. Relaxing the shoulders down, elbows together to touch. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up. Now stomach, stomach, stomach. You're just pulling at the abdominal muscles front to back, side to side, being nice and strong for the spine. Exhale, head up, eyes open. So again, still the chin and the knuckles staying in touch with each other. The elbows can just stay away from the chest. We're working on the range of motion in the shoulders and the rib cage. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So the idea of doing these cycles here at the very beginning is we're warming up the body for what's to come. Opening and expanding the rib cage. Exhale, head up, eyes open. Look up, look back. We create space on the back side of the body. We're creating space between the two shoulders here. Good. Opening up with the spine. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up. Let's do 2 more here in the first set. Thumbs up towards the throat, palms face the floor. Keep inhaling. Exhale, head up, eyes open. Relaxing the shoulders down so we take the weight of the world, the emotion off of the practice. You're relaxing, reaching the elbows forward and elbows touch. Last one. Sipping the air with the throat. We can hopefully hear that little bit of sipping here. Keep inhaling and then exhale, slow, slow, slow. It takes almost no energy to exhale, but we intentionally slow it down, shoulders down, palms together, fingers touching the top of the hands, reach the elbows forward and elbows touch. And that's enough. Arms down by your side. Doing your best to reduce the distractions, the itching, the scratching, the adjusting. Just be. Moving on to Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. Still toes and heels together, arms over your head. Palms together, release the index fingers. Thumbs are crossed. Good. Chin is in nice neutral position. You can relax the shoulders down, root down with the feet, lift up and lengthen through the spine. And let's just warm up. Right and left, right and left, right and left. So this is lateral flexion with the spine. Right? It's not meant to go too deep into the right side, left side. You're just opening up the rib cage, the shoulders. We started this with the breathing exercise. Let's stop in the neutral position, hands, palms together. Good. Root your feet down, take a deep breath, inhale, length up, and an absolutely straight line to the right. At the same time you bring the body to the right, you bring the hips to the left. Right? So this takes a little bit of abdominal core strength here, just so pulling that belly button in up towards the spine just a little bit. You find a little bit of leg engagement here so you stay rooted so you don't have that sense of falling over. Hips to the left, upper body to the right. So you're actually moving in 2 opposite directions. Still opening the shoulders, still opening up the rib cage, you're still breathing. It doesn't matter how deep you can come into the posture, you're just looking to open up left side, hip to the armpit, fingertips to the toes. Change, inhale, come up, stop in the middle. Root the feet down, inhale, lengthen, reach up, absolutely straight line to the left. So whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. Good. Whatever we do on the right might feel a lot different than on the left, right? So we just accept anything that the body has to offer us today. It could be completely different tomorrow. We don't worry about that. We are here today working on opening up the right side of the body, the shoulder, the rib cage. Chin is still in neutral position, still looking forward, still engaging the legs a little bit to find your foundation nice and strong, tugging at the abdominal muscles here, hips to the left, to the right, upper body to the left. Good. Still breathing nice, slow, and controlled, relaxing through the jaw. Come down just a little bit here and change. Inhale, come up, stop in the middle. Oh, this is the wonderful back bend. This is where we start to we continue to heal the spine. Legs are nice and strong, so we're building on these blocks here. Root down, lift up, lengthen, relax the head back. Right? This is a tremendous opening in the front side of the body. This might be your posture for today, but for demonstration purposes, we're going to go a little bit more. So start to bring the arms back behind you so the legs are still nice and strong. And this again might be where you are today. We're working on the back flexibility here, keeping the spine engaged and lifted. You're still breathing. Good. Arms back, hips a little forward, arms back, look back, go back, change, inhale, come up. Good. We're going into third part, bend the knees. You can start to look onto the floor and bring the body down, hands touching with the floor. This is just a warm up into the third part of this series here. So you look up at your knees, you relax the neck. That in itself, you're going to feel some elongation through the spine, through the attachment points through the hips. And you're going to move your knees to move your hips to move your spine, right and left, right and left, right and left. There is no worries if you cannot bring your hands to the mat, right? You can hold on to your shin bones. Good. Maybe the outside edges of your ankles. Good. Still looking up at your knees, allow the neck to relax. Nice. There it is. All right, there's more. Grab your heels from behind. Again, making the posture accessible. This may not be where you start with this practice. Maybe it's holding onto the outside of the shin bones, the straight edges of your feet. Look up at your knees. Good. So you can keep the knees bent to keep the abdomen on top of the thighs as you gently then lift the hips up a little bit at a time. You can take this practice for the next 50, 60, 70 years, right? So take your time, allow the body to facilitate change over time. So the idea here is to create compression of the abdominal organs here. At the same time, you're pressing the feet down to lift up the hips and open up the back side of the bodies. All of these attachment points here, releasing a lot of the emotion that we pack into the pelvis area in the back of the pelvic bowl. Good. As you gently pull on the heels, you lift the hips up, relax through the shoulders a little bit here, and change. Arms and head together. Inhale, come up, nice, slow, and controlled. Very nice. Arms down by your side. For the sake of the series, we're going to do each posture one time, right? And then we're going to continue to move on. Depending on the time that you have, ideally two sets of each and every posture, but we're going to move on to our next posture. Awkward pose, Utkatasana, right foot step to the right. So 6 inches between the feet. Now this is relative to the body type, so ideally when you're looking forward, hopefully you might have a mirror in front of you to help watch your practice. Right? The feet are underneath the hips, nice and strong, heels behind the toes, arms up parallel to the floor. This is going to be super fun. Relax the shoulders down and lock them in. 5 fingers together, tricep muscles engaged. That takes time, right? So the mind determination to engage those tricep muscles helps stay light in the upper body, engaging the spine. Suck your stomach in, hold it in, sit down. So the feet are flat position here, so the toes might lift up, but that's okay. You're going to put them back down. That's straight to begin with as you reach forward. And then the fun part is lift your chest up, bend your total spine so you had a little bit more engagement in the spine. Good for you. We're engaging and healing the spine at the same time. Good. Holding that stomach nice and strong. And then change. Inhale, come up, shoulders down, and lift up for second part, awkward pose. Good. Now we're starting to open up the toes here, the toe joints. That can take a little bit of time. So again, being patient here, relaxing through the calf muscles. Still arms are nice and strong, parallel to the floor. Chin is in neutral position. Sit down on top of your toes. Chest, spine, straight up towards the ceiling. Imagine I'm pulling your hair up towards the ceiling, so they're sending the energy out through the crown of the head. Oh, so important to breathe, relaxing the jaw. Maybe even bring the corners of your mouth up towards your ears. You smile just a little bit, and there it is. Change. Inhale, come up. Keeping the arms nice and strong. Third part, heels down. Good. Relax just a little bit here, but still staying engaged. Stomach is strong, front to back, side to side, nice adjustment. Notice how the realignment happened automatically. Come a little onto your toes, knees together. So we're not trying to push the knees together a whole lot. So depending on your range of motion in the hips, the health state of your knees, right? This is going to be a progressive posture. Sit down. Your own 10-second count, nice, slow, and controlled. So this might be 2 or 3 seconds here, and then over time you build up to a 10-second nice, slow count, relaxing with the jaw. So the arms are nice and straight, head is on top of the spine, shoulders on top of the hips. Again, this takes time to get here, so no problem. We're still strengthening our hips, opening up the hip flexors here, and then of course spine strength, keeping the knees together and forward, arms parallel to the legs. Good. Change. Inhale, come up. Draw the shoulders down to lift up from the thighs. Heels down, arms down, feet together. Nice work. Awkward pose. It's awkward for a reason. All right. Moving on. It gets more interesting. Garasana, eagle pose. So these are Sanskrit names for the postures that I will interject for each one of these postures as we move forward. Arms up over your head. Swing right arm underneath the left arm and bring your hands together. Maybe if you have tight shoulders, Brad's demonstrating here, hands onto the shoulders. You can even bring back of the palm to back of the palm here. Whatever we can do to start opening up the shoulders. So this is a comfortable position here. Again, abdominal muscles nice and strong, front to back, side to side. Gently pull the elbows down gently. So we're opening up that back side of the body, knees together. Good. Sit down into the chair. Bring the upper body back, engage the spine a little bit from the beginning. Yes, bring right leg up and over the left leg. Good, and point the toes down. Now we're not only creating space on the back side of the body, we're creating compression in the front side. This is so good for your reproductive organs here. Notice how we're working with the hips once again. So as we point the toes down, we open up the front side of the ankle. We're creating range of motion throughout the body. We're impacting, influencing fascia rebuilding here even as well. Good, so knees to the right, upper body to the left. We're talking little tiny micro movements here. You're still breathing, still pulling the elbows down. Arch the upper body back, change. Inhale, come up, arms up. We swing left arm underneath the right arm, cross your arms each other once again. So right side, left side, whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. It might feel a little different. We tend to be dominant one side versus the other. So once again, stomach is strong, pull the elbows down. Good, sit down into the chair. Arch the upper body back, engage the spine, left leg up and over the right leg. So no worries, everybody's posture looks a little bit different, right? So we don't necessarily look at the aesthetic goal of the posture, right? That doesn't exist. The objective of the posture is to compress the front side of the body, right? So we're influencing the endocrine system, the lymphatic system, all systems of the body here. We're sending positive messages to the spine, which are sending positive messages to the brain for healing from the inside out. Nice, slow and controlled, just pointing the toes down. Good. You're still breathing. Are you having fun? He's still having fun. Arch the upper body back. Change. Inhale, come up. Awesome. Yes, just fall over. It doesn't matter. And then arms down by your side. So now we're working on balancing series here. We're looking to increase our personal balance by isolating specific muscles in the body. We create the building blocks. We're preparing for each posture ahead of itself. All right, so we're moving on with standing head to knee pose, Janusharasana. Shift your weight to your left foot. Interlace the 10 fingers. Pick up your right foot. Hold from underneath with your hands. So it doesn't matter how you pick up that right foot, as long as the foot is in front of you so we can help protect the lower back. You may not be able to hold on to your foot from the beginning, right? Here we have nice balance here. The standing leg is nice and strong. You're looking forward at one point on the floor so you can attain that balance, that point of focus. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, if and when you can. Right leg lift up and stretch forward until leg is relatively parallel to the floor. It takes time to open up the underside of this leg, right? So we're still working on creating range of motion throughout the body. So the point of focus here is to not move on until we can relax at the ankle, turn the toes in. Nice. This can take days, weeks, months, years. This is all part of the progression of the practice. If when the legs are nice and straight and strong, right, you can bend the elbows down. He's increasing a lot of more motion back here, side of that leg, right? He might look comfortable, but there's probably some different discussion going on with him inside. You with the muscles, that's okay. Change. reversing how you went down. Whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. So shift your weight to your right foot. Good. Interlace the 10 fingers, pick up the left foot. Again, making sure the foot is in front of you. It doesn't matter how you pick it up. Right? So now he's focusing on, because he's a general practitioner of this form of Hatha yoga, he knows to lift from the left thigh muscles here, so there's not so much weight down here. It takes time to get to this point. So the leg is straight and strong. We've got great form here. He's ready to move on. Inhale, breathing, left leg lift up, stretch forward and kick forward. Beautiful. He's still breathing nice, slow, and controlled. When he's ready, he's going to relax at the ankle. Good, creating range of motion here, impacting all the way to the back side of the body here. Again, working with that fascia, right? We're influencing change in the body. If and when you're ready, you can bend the elbows down. He's still breathing. Left side looks a lot different than the right side, right? We tend to favor one side over the other. And change. Inhale, come up. Reversing how you went down. Nice work. Good. So the beautiful thing about this series, it's very prescriptive. We are influencing compression with the organs opening up joints here. We just compress the front side of the body. Now we want to open up the front side of the body. Dandemana, Dhanurasana, right hand out. The palm faces out. Super important to keep the hand palm facing up. Drop your hand back, pick up your right foot. Good. We hold from the inside. Now this, for new practitioners, this can be a little bit tricky. That's okay. So when the palm is facing out, he can bring his shoulder back and relax here. It's again opening up the front side of the muscle, the chest here, where's the pectoral muscles, and then gently pointing the toes. He brings his left arm up in front of you. Good. He's got a really nice stance. This takes time to get to this level where we're comfortable holding this posture, knees together. There is more to come. Inhale, lengthen, and then bring your body forward and down. Slowly and gently, this might be your posture today, right? You are challenging yourself, your mind, your determination to continuously breathe, not holding the breath. We're repurposing the energy in order for the body to be able to kick and stretch equal and simultaneous 50-50. As you kick back and up towards the ceiling, if you're inside, outside, up towards the sky, you reach the left arm forward, 5 fingers together. He's still having a great time. He's still breathing, and we're creating that equal and opposite direction here. Good. He might have just a little bit more here. We're holding the posture a little bit longer here than the others, and then change. Inhale, come up. Very nice. Now we're moving blood flow from one side of the body to the other. We're influencing change from the inside out, left hand out, palm facing out. Whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. Drop it back, pick up your left foot. Right arm up in front of you. So Brad's got a really good sense of balance here. If you have a wall that you would prefer to practice next to, you can do this posture up against the wall so that you have a little bit better sense of balance before you move out and away. Right? So same setup as the right side. Inhale. And then let's bring the body down. So you're reaching forward as you come down. He's still breathing. Chin stays in neutral position the whole time. And he's gently challenging himself, his mind determination, to tell himself a story that is true, and that is the positive story that you can create change in the body. As you gently point the toes, he's challenging himself to lift from the hamstrings and reach the toes up. The hand is not pulling the foot. The hand is simply guiding, reaching the right arm forward so he creates more motion here through the shoulder. Again, we're constantly lengthening and creating elasticity in the muscles. Good. Just holding a little bit here, allowing the body to facilitate that change, and then come up. Awesome. Standing still between each posture. Good. Trying to stay focused, trying to stay here on your mat and towel, understanding that the only thing that you can facilitate change on is anything inside the perimeter of this mat. Yeah, and that's pretty much you. All right, let's step to the back of your mat and towel. This is Tula Dandasana balancing stick. This is super fun. This is going to help raise the heart rate just a little bit here. We're going to start exercising the heart muscle a little bit more. So arms up. This is something the mind is already familiar with. We've been here before. So the arms are in line with the ears over time. Those of you still working on range of motion through the shoulders and understanding stability through the spine, the arms might be a little bit more forward to the ears. That's okay. Right? So chin is still in neutral position. That's a common theme here. Inhale, lengthen. Left leg step forward. Nice. The right leg is straight and strong, equal to the left. So we point the right toes here, sense of balance here, and go ahead and bring the body down. This is balancing stick. So ideally, abdomen, chest, arms, body, head, legs parallel to the floor. There are many variations of depending on how the body feels, how we can get down into the posture. We don't hold it very long. Stretch and stretch, change. Inhale, come up. So arms nice and strong. Yes, and he's playing with the shoulders. He's already creating some more range of motion. He's doing what's intuitive to him. Inhale, lengthen. Right leg step forward. Good. Same setup. Legs are nice and strong. Whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. We bring the body down. So every muscle is contracted. This is an amazing posture here, building on the shoulders, the rib cage, opening up the hips. He's reaching and stretching in opposite direction. Stretch, change. Inhale, come up. Good. Arms down by your side. Right? So some of these postures, right? Very simple practice here, but we didn't say it would be easy. So you just calm the mind with the breath. So first breath, we influence compression. Third part, we increase elasticity. That comes over time. Yeah. All right, let's step to the top of your mat here. Turn to the right. Right. Good. We separate the legs. Good. So Dandemana Papakta Pasha Pani. Let's do this again. Dandemana Papakta Pada Paschimottanasana, standing separate legs, right? We like to say the Sanskrit because traditionally the Sanskrit creates a vibration in the body, sending that positive vibe. Good. So noticing here, using the lines on your mat here, let's get the 2 feet in one line. Nice adjustment here. So now we're not twisting the hips here. The arms are nice and strong, parallel to the floor. Good. When you're ready, bend your body down from the lower spine towards the floor. Good. So right now, Brad is feeling this on the back side of the legs, through the hips, same themes. We're always working with the hips, the joints here. Holding on to the heels from the outside. There are many modifications here that you can take depending on your range of motion here in the body. Right? So he's demonstrating a few here. You can hold on to the outside of your shins, your ankles, maybe the straight edges of your feet. You even have the option to put the hands on the floor in front of you. Good. And you're breathing. You're relaxing. You're trying all at the same time. No need to think. So the idea here is to, over time, work on lengthening the back side of the body here, while gravity here is allowing a slight, some traction in the spine here. Shoulders relax away from the ears so we can lengthen through the spine all the way up through the cervical spine here. Rolling the body weight a little forward into the toes, a little bit at a time as you gently pull, and then change. Arms out are nice and strong, legs are nice and strong. Use your core, and you come up using your spine. Awesome. Feet together, arms down by your side. Good. Moving on to triangle posture, Trikonasana. Right? Arms over your head. Right leg step to the right. Nice big step. Arms down parallel to the floor. Now bringing the hips a little forward and the arms back. Arms are nice and strong. This helps keep the body nice and light in the upper body, engaging the spine. Right foot turned to the right. Inhale, bend the knee, and then you sit down. As you sit down, right, you're engaging the inner thighs here. Again, another lesson in trusting the process here, using your mind, your determination, keeping the left leg strong. Arms are nice and strong. Good. Spine straight in the center. Inhale, move your both arms. As you move your both arms, good. This is a nice challenge. Trying not to hold your breath, breathing through the whole time. As the right arm reaches down, left arm reaches up. Good. You look past the thumb, maybe if due to the range of motion in your neck, right? We're building on the range of motion. Maybe just look at the crease of the elbow so that we know how to create that relaxation through the neck, right? Keeping the left leg nice and strong, left hip a little forward. Good. You're constantly reaching the arms in opposite direction. Stretch, change. As we come up, good, we reverse how we went down, straighten the leg, arms are strong, right foot front, left foot out, arms are still strong. Nice adjustment there. Inhale, bend the knee, sit down. Right side to left side still might feel a little bit different. You might have greater range of motion, might have less, right? We're influencing all of that change. You take it a little bit at a time. Inhale, move your both arms at the same time. The beautiful thing about this practice, if you can get yourself to understand that there are no expectations, nothing but opportunity to facilitate change. It is up to you, your mind, your determination, again, to convince yourself of a true story, right? That story is that we can change by reaching up, reaching down, creating space between the two shoulders, keeping that right leg nice and strong. We keep the right hip forward. Good. You reach your opposite arms in opposite direction. Stretch, change. Inhale, come up. Straighten the leg, nice with the articulation, feet together, arms down by your side. Nice work. Gentle reminder, these postures are often done in dual sets, right? So the first opportunity is a little bit about getting the mind and the body to connect, and the second set a little bit better opportunity to enjoy the posture a little bit more. All right, let's move on to Dandayamana Bhaktapata Janusharasana, arms over your head, palms together, thumbs are crossed. Notice again, we're still building on opening up the rib cage, the shoulders. We've been here before. The mind understands. Inhale, lengthen. Right foot step to the right. The hands, palms stay together. Now turn to the right. Good. We can move the hips a couple of times, right? We're just opening up, getting the mind and the body to connect here. Ideally, the backside foot at a 45-degree angle. Good. Creating space between the legs so that we give the spine the opportunity to facilitate that change. And then here we go. Tuck your chin to your chest. Look at your belly button through the shirt and come down all the way down. The more we can compress on the way down, you notice how much influence we have on the curvature of the spine. Good. And we come down. Good. So here we might not, the idea is to create the compression front side, forehead to the knee. Bending the knee as much as we need to, right? It does not matter that the right leg is straight. Right? It's ideal to get some kind of contact between the head and the knee. You can separate the hands if you need to, good, in order to get the forehead to the knee. Now bringing the body weight just a little bit forward into that right foot, a little bit at a time, right? This is going to be very personal to each and every practitioner, how far you can bring this, find the depth into the posture, right? So the goal is not to find the complete depth, it is to notice and tune in what facilitation of change that you are encouraging in the body. Hands, palms back together, root the feet down. Inhale, come up. Use your core, use your spine. Good. Turn to the left. Keep the arms straight and strong. Turn to the left one more time. Arms are straight and strong. Good. He's readjusting his hips, keeping the backside foot at a 45-degree angle, and then we tuck the chin and we come down. We really look at the belly button as a point of focus, not the toes, not the knees, not the thighs. Belly button doesn't get enough tension in life, right? But it's been with you this whole time. So you're reaching the hands forward beyond the toes just a little bit here. Once again, bending the knee as you need to get the forehead to the knee, or at least some contact with the head and the knee, separating the hands as much as you need to. Good. Over time, you would like to keep that right heel pressing into the mat as you bring a little bit of weight forward into that left foot, influencing the hip movement here. Nice adjustments. Good. This is an opportune time just to breathe, just to be, and allow that change to happen here. Again, it is not about the depth of the posture. Hands, palms back together. Good. Straighten the leg as you can. Inhale, come up. Nice work. Turn to the right, feet together, arms down by your side. All right, there's more. One more standing set posture, and then we move to the floor. So turn back, facing front on your mat and towel, wherever front is for you. Toes and heels together. Tree pose. We're doing some more hip work. We're opening up the pelvis. Pick up your right foot. Hold from underneath with your left hand. Good. Now slowly, gently allow that right knee to come down. You're going to start to notice the joint action here, whether it's in the hip, the knee, the ankle, finding a nice straight leg on the left side. Right? So over time, that knee is going to slowly come down, and then the right hip is going to come forward. So you're not chasing the stretch, right? These are teeny, tiny little micro movements, nothing drastic. It happens over time. Good. Hips in one line, shoulders in one line. Good. Right hand up, middle of your chest. If and when you're ready, you release your left hand. Bring the hands, palms together, elbows into the side of the rib cage to help keep length in the spine. Not everybody can hold their foot onto their thigh. It took me years to do this, right? It takes time. You can continue to hold the foot, same medical benefits the whole time. You're looking forward, chin is in neutral position, and then change. So opening up the pelvis on the right side, we do up the left side. Pick up your left foot, hold from underneath with the right hand. Good. Being very mindful how we relax that left knee down, opening up the hip, the knee, the ankle here, and then bringing the left hand up. If and when you're ready, right hand up, palms together, center line of the chest, or you can continue to hold the foot if it slips at all, no problem. The elbow stays to the side of the body. to help keep the chest, the spine lifted. The right leg is nice and strong. And change. Bring the left leg down. All right. Those of you who are a little bit more interested in not caring about falling over, we're moving on to toe stand. So same setup of the posture. Pick up your right foot, place it onto the middle of your thigh, wherever you feel it's comfortable. And so that really is between the hip crease and the knee. Good, depending on your range of motion. Familiar setup, hands palms center line to the chest. Bend your upper body down. So you're moving your vision, your point of focus to the floor. Good. Coming down to balance on your fingertips, bend the knee, sit your hips down. You're still breathing. You slowly, gently walk your hands to both sides and find your point of balance. This may be your posture for the next day, week, months, years. Before you're ready to move on, you engage the spine, super important. Yes, and again, that is tremendous movement in the spine. We can stay here for as long as we'd like, multiple sessions, right? Until we're ready to pick up that right arm and join the hands together. So nice try, good for him. He's still relaxing that right knee down over time. We're still influencing the hip and the hip flexor here. Go ahead and transition back up. Very nice work. Release the right leg down. Whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. I enjoy the left side because it's easier for me on the left side. So we pick up the right foot, right? It helps build a little bit of confidence in the body that the body is able to change. So now we have the proper setup of the posture, relaxing that right knee down. He's going to change his vision to 4 feet on the floor. He comes down gently into his hands. Again, this might be, hold there, Brad. Might be where you drop this left hip just a little bit. You're a regular practitioner. Good. Now we might want to stay here and tune in how that physically feels by realigning the hips just a sketch. When you're ready, you can bend that right knee, sit your hips down. Sit down on your heel. Balancing on those fingertips, walk them to both sides. Good. And now again, before we move on, we engage the chest, the spine. When we're ready, the left hand can come up. We can stay here, right hand up. And we're just demonstrating closer to the full expression of the posture. It takes time, and you can smile at any time. Yeah. Very nice. Go ahead and change, come up. Very nice effort. Good. And that was a graceful exit. Awesome. This is our standing series. Now we can turn around and lie down on your mat. I would suggest, since the sun is nice and bright, maybe you face this direction and lie down on your mat and towel. So lying down on your back. Good. So toes and heels are together. Allow the feet to fall open, arms by your side, palms facing up. Good. Nice adjustments here. So we're staying on the mat and towel here. This is the optimal efficiency for the body to recover. We traditionally stay here for about 20 seconds, allowing the belly to rise and the belly to fall. The eyes are open, but not looking straight up. We tend to want to relax the eyes, so we're looking a little bit more down center line, keeping the mind present here on the mat and towel. So not too much relaxation, but enough that we recover. We're moving into the floor series here. When removing pose, Padmanuttasana. Lift your right leg up. Hold your right leg a couple of inches below the knee, 10 fingers interlock position. Left leg is nice and strong. This is a lot of hip motion here, still influencing hip rotation. So many good things happening here at the hips. The hips carry you all day long. They love this posture. So as the left leg is nice and strong, calf muscle touching the floor, flexing the foot if you need to get that calf muscle to touch. Draw the elbows into the side of the body here. And then the challenge here is to relax the shoulders down. We're lengthening through the pectoral muscles front side. Spine is engaged. Good. It happens in little tiny micro movements here. Bringing the chin down just a little bit. We're lengthening through the back side. Good. Hold it there. And then change. Relax that right leg down, arms down, left leg lift up. Whatever you do on the right, we do on the left. This is a 3-part posture. Good. Interlacing the same 10 fingers left side. Right leg is nice and strong. Good. Left knee towards left shoulder. Very nice. Draw the elbows in. Relax the shoulders down just a little bit more. Isn't it funny how we have to be asked to enable ourselves to let go. Right? So relaxing the shoulders down, bringing that left leg more, a little bit more midline to bring that right shoulder down a little bit more and relax through the pectoral muscles. That is awesome. Inviting the chin down just a little bit here. Again, influencing change through the spine. We're talking tiny micro movements once again. Change, left leg down, arms down. Every ounce of effort is a benefit. There's always a return. Both legs lift up. Interlace the 10 fingers. Interlace the 10 fingers. Grab your opposite elbows. You know what you're doing. Wrists, elbows, forearms, whatever you need to do. Right? So some practitioners, the back side of the body, the hips, right? We're creating range of motion, right? We've all started out in the same way. We may need the posture may start with the knees separated. Over time, you start to use some inner thigh strength, relaxation, breath, all at the same time. The knees will eventually come together. And then we can bring the thighs towards the chest, the stomach, the abdomen. Good. Ideally, feet together side by side. Very nice, relaxed position. Good for you. Relax the shoulders down once again. Nice. Inviting the chin down, and now we really feel the change on the back side of the body. The ligaments are reacting to this movement. You breathe, you relax. No need to think. Change both legs down, arms by your side, palms facing up. Good. All right. We move on to spine strengthening series. There is more about the spine, right? It is the superhighway to the mind. We are influencing all systems of the body here. Right? So if there's any lower back sensitivity, gentle reminder, we always have the option to roll to the side and lift ourselves up in order to transition to the next posture. Otherwise, if we have pretty good sense of ourselves here through practice, we bring our toes and heels together, arms over your head. Now the heels stay touching with the floor, palms together. Inhale, sit up please. Hold on to your big toes. Good. And you exhale as you sit up. Good, elbows towards the floor. Let's turn around, lie down on your stomach. For cobra pose, Bhujangasana. So the bhuja, the hood of the cobra, are really our trapezius muscles here. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, very close to your chest, 5 fingers together. So bring the 5 fingers together. And if you dropped your shoulders down, they would hit your middle finger. So you can bring the hands a little bit up more. Good. And 5 fingers together. So ideally, palms flat to the floor so we have a nice grip here. Elbows into the side of the body. Yes. Now the legs are engaged. Kneecaps lift up. So we're engaging the thigh muscles here. Top of the feet. Stay pressing with the floor. Take a deep breath and come up, please. Lift yourself up using 100% back strength. Come up halfway only until only the belly button is touching the floor. So some of us might be farther closer to the mat because we're learning to do the back bend, right? Something that's not very traditional in our way of life here in the Western area, right? So drawing the elbows in, he's able to engage the spine, but he must use his legs to help engage the spine. Elbows in, look up, chest up, go up, change, relax all the way down. Chin touches the floor, turn to the right, arms by your side, relax, completely relax. So we don't ever hold these postures for a very long time, right? So it creates too much mind chatter in the brain. Right? So we keep these postures short and sweet enough to facilitate that change in the body. Good. Moving on to locust pose, Salabhasana. Arms straight position, arms underneath the body. Palms face the floor. So if this feels awkward, you are doing the posture correctly, right? So the palms face the floor. Brad, if you don't mind, bring the arms out to the side of the body. So not all of us have this beautiful range of motion that Brad has. So sometimes the elbow will not come flat or closer to the mat and towel. No problem, we just keep the arms closer to the outside of the body, and over time you facilitate that change. You can then bring them underneath the torso. So go ahead and set yourself up to what works for you. The hands, the fingers are spread completely apart, and he's gripping the floor with his fingertips. The chin is lying, touching with the mat. Relax the left leg, right leg straight, pointed toes. Inhale, right leg, lift up. Good, you're pointing your toes back, still gripping the floor with the fingertips. We're opening up the elbows. Good, he's still breathing. Point the toes, lift the leg higher. Change, relax that right leg down. Good. Still gripping with the floor, relax the right leg, left leg straight, pointed toes. Inhale, left leg, lift up. Good. So again, doesn't matter how high he can lift the leg, it might even be a little bit lower as we gradually get into this posture. Pointing the toes, lift from the back of the knee to straighten the leg, and then change. Relax the left leg. Good. Now readjust the hands, palms underneath the body. So maybe the pinky fingers come a little bit closer together. Maybe they're even touching. He's going to re-grip the floor with his fingertips. Press the palms down and shift the body weight a little bit more forward into the upper spine. Legs are nice and strong. Take a deep breath and come up, please. Without bending the knees, both legs lift up. Again, it doesn't matter how high. It can be 1 inch off the floor. It can even be much higher up here. We are activating the spine. We're activating the mind, all systems of the body. Here is a tremendous, amazing posture. Change. Good. Arms out from underneath. Look to the left. Relax. Completely relax. Good, good, good. Spine strengthening series, telling yourself something, a positive story that you're able to facilitate change, because you can create all sorts of stories as to maybe why you don't want to lift your legs off the mat. It's an amazing practice. All right, there's more. Purna Salabhasana, full locust, arms out to the side, perpendicular to the body. We're still working the spine, but in order to engage that spine, keeping it nice and strong, we use the limbs. It's not the limbs and then the spine, it's the spine then the limbs, and oftentimes both working together, yeah? So zipping up those legs, good, nice and strong, shoulders away from the ears, arms in opposite directions here. Take a deep breath and come up, please. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lift up. Here we are doing a slight back bend. All at the same time, we're opening up the front side of the body here. Good. Over time, drawing the knees and feet together, pointing the toes back, keeping the heels lifted. Only the hip bones are touching. Look up, chest up, go up, slowly come down. Very nice work. Again, very quick posture, but tremendous medical benefits here coming in and out of this posture. Appears to be very easy. We, again, never said it would be easy, so wait till you try this. It's an awesome practice. All right, we give a little bit of time in between each and every posture. Let's move on. Dhanurasana, bow pose. So chin is on the floor. Lift your heels up. Hold your feet from the outside. Now this again may not be too accessible for beginning practitioners right away, especially if there's trauma in the spine or in the body somewhere here in the joints, right? We can alternate. Sometimes since there's 2 sets traditionally with each posture, we can hold on to one foot and then the second set, hold on to the other foot. We can use straps, right? So we've got good range of motion here. He's gently going to point his toes, yeah, and relaxing through the chest, the stomach. Good. And now look up and kick up, please. Kick your legs up and back behind you. So actually back and up. Again, not using the hands to pull the feet up. The hands are simply guiding the feet. So this is tremendous opening in the front side of the body. At the same time, you're creating the back bend. Gently roll the body just a skitch a little bit more forward. So we're on the soft part of the belly. And then we look up, kick up, go up, and change. Still breathing. Exhale it down. Release the hands. Arms by your side. Look to the left. Very nice. The best part ever, we get to transition and do something new. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lift your hips up, come to the top of your mat and towel. So this is Supta Vajrasana, fixed firm pose, kneel down position. So sit down, knees together, sit down on your heels. This allows the knee joints, right, and the mind to connect. We have gentle opening here, then separate the feet. Heels are out from underneath you. And then over time, bringing the hips to the mat. Not everybody can get their hips to the mat, so don't make that your objective here, right? We're just have that internal rotation of the upper thigh muscles or bones and muscles, right? Now hands to your feet. Good, thumbs inside, fingers outside. This might be enough for you today, gently, slowly making changes in your practice, right? If you have enough rotation, you've been practicing like Brad has been practicing, you can bring the elbows down one elbow at a time. Now, if he's more than uncomfortable, he can choose to separate the knees as much as he needs to. Good. Now he's pressing the vector point of his elbows into the floor, palms pressing into the feet and lifting the chest up, relaxing the head back. Tremendous work happening here from the knee joints, patellar ligaments, the thighs, the glutes, the hamstrings, so much going on. He just needs to breathe. Good. If and when he's ready, he can come all the way down, top of the head to the floor, then back of the head, shoulders on the floor. He's moving more into the fuller expression of the posture here. Arms over your head, grab your elbows each other. Drawing the elbows down, looking down center line. He's engaging the chest, the spine a little bit more up. Good, creating a beautiful human bridge underneath. So much going on in this posture. Sometimes you hold the breath because there's a lot going on. That's okay. Bring your pranayama breathing back in. Change hands, back to your feet. Come up one elbow at a time. Chin comes up last. Nice transition, nice, slow and controlled. And then let's turn around, lie down on your back. Still working with the hips, still influencing change. Trying to get muscles who have lumped together to start separating and functioning more efficiently, each with their own designated purpose, yeah? Very nice. You're doing good, Brad? Fabulous. All right. So we transition with another sit-up. Toes and heels together, heels on the floor. We've been here before. Arms over your head, thumbs crossed. Inhale, sit up, curling the spine, holding onto the big toes, index and middle fingers. Good. Bending the elbows down, touching forehead to knee over time. Let's turn around. Come to the middle of your mat and towel. Knees together, kneel down position. Good. So the little bit of inner thigh strength to keep those knees together. If you had a magnet between the two knees, that's about enough pressure that we need to keep those knees together, top of the feet flat. Some people may not have that range of motion in the ankles yet, no problem. We have options to help provide some comfort in that space, should you need it, arms over your head. Been here before, still shoulder movement, opening up the rib cage. Good. Palms together, arms in line with the ears, chin is in neutral position. Come down with a straight spine. Nice, slow and controlled. Good. The forehead's going to touch the floor, little fingers touching the floor, and then he's going to keep the rest of the arms in the air so the wrists are angled up instead of resting on your mat and towel. This is going to be dependent on your range of motion up here, right, as to whether we can get the arms to engage. So again, it takes time for all of this to happen and to work together. The abdomen is relaxing on top of the thighs. Over time, hips touching with the heels, chin is away from the chest, he's looking a little bit more forward. Eyes open, breathing normal. And then change. A little bit of inner thigh strength to keep the knees together. Use your core, use your spine. Exhale the arms down. Turn around, relax, lie down on your back. Good. So why so much turning around, lying down on the elasticity of muscles, how they work, how we create that strength as we engage the muscle, and then we need to allow those muscles to relax, right? It's a team effort inside the body, so we need to give the body the opportunity to recover, and then we try again. Toes and heels together, flex your feet, moving on to the next posture, arms over your head, inhale, sit up, exhale, grab the big toes, forehead to the knees eventually one day. Nice. And then let's turn around. All right. Standing on your knees, right? 6 inches between the knees, 6 inches between the feet, hands to your hips. So he's got his hands, fingers facing the floor like this here. Chest is engaged, spine is engaged, elbows coming back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, hips a little forward, relaxing the head back, but he's not collapsing in the back side of the neck. He's engaging slightly here, opening up the front side of the cervical spine as well. Good. If and when you're ready, come back. Come back halfway. Right hand down, left hand down, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Good. We've again been working on elongating the pectoral muscles here. We're preparing for this huge vulnerable position here, very safe place to be here. We don't generally open up the front side of the body to the world or to ourselves. So this is super amazing posture here, still breathing, still okay. As you gently press the hips a little bit more forward, pulling on the heels, push, and then change. Right hand up to the hips, left hand up, come up. Beautiful. All right, turn around, let's lie down on your back. So no matter how you feel, a little bit wibbly wobbly, right? Those are such words, right? Might feel a little dizzy, might feel a little bit nauseated, right? It's tremendous opening, sending a lot of information to the brain about the body. The quicker you can get into your savasana, your relaxation, the better. The body is amazing. It's going to recoup in a very short period of time. That will all dissipate away. In that position, it was, sort of an inversion posture, right? The head went below the heart, so it feels a little bit odd coming up out of the posture. Let's move on. Toes and heels together. We transition the same way. Arms over your head, palms together. Inhale, sit up, exhale it out. Gentle reminder, you still have that option to roll to your side and lift yourself up on the sit up. No problem. Same impact, same positive outcome. Let's turn around. Kneel down position once again. So with a lot of this kneel down position, right, there are opportunities if we have injury trauma in the knees, right? And it's a little bit too uncomfortable to be sitting in this position, we have options, right? So ask the instructor guiding you through your practice on some modifications to adjust. Good. So holding on to your heels, based on of our anatomy, it's perfectly natural that we really can't hold on to our heels from the beginning, right? So the idea is a thumbs outside, fingers inside. We're holding on to our grip. Can you just lift your hips up just a little bit so you can see the hand grip here? Nice. Okay, so Brad, you're awesome. He's got the lengthening elasticity here to hold on to his heels. Knees are together. Tuck your chin to your chest. More compression here, working thyroid. Tuck your chin, look at your stomach, and you go down. Common theme here, lengthening the spine, lengthening, working with the ligaments, working with all sorts of things here in the body, coming more forward so the top of the head is touching with the mat and the towel. Again, we may not be able to get there as a beginning practitioner. This is just a progressive practice where Brad is showing you a little bit more fuller expression of the posture. Over time, the forehead might come to the knees, right? He's gently lifting the hips up and gently pulling on the heels so there's no tight grip here, but just enough to be able to stay in this posture, lifting the hips up, lengthening from coccyx to the neck, relaxing the shoulders, arms are nice, straight and strong, throat choked, eyes open, breathing is normal. This is something where the brain is going to want to calm itself down and then change. Reverse how you went down, come up, reversing the curvature of the spine. Good. Pause, turn around, lie down on your back. So the mind is occupied with your safety, so it likes you to be upright in most cases, right? So we breathe, nice slow pranayama breathing to calm our system down, understand that what we are doing is very safe, and that posture becomes very enjoyable over time. All right. I'm waiting for dragonfly to land on your nose. Toes and heels together, flex your feet, arms over your head. Inhale, sit up. Good. So if the sound doesn't pick that up, he's doing a double exhale to find a little bit more compression. Let's turn around. Oh, there's even more. So legs are straight out in front of you. You bring your right heel out to the right corner edge of your mat and towel. So if we can bring your right heel here to the corner edge, bend your left knee. Good. Sole of the foot is to the inside of that right thigh. Again, we're still creating the range of motion, so this may not be your posture set up, right? It just depends. He's pressing the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Again, we're working the lymphatic system here. So many awesome things, right? Arms up. Good. Upper body turned to the right, 10 fingers interlocked. Hold on to your right foot. So as you come down, 10 fingers interlocked, a couple of inches below those toes. Good. And he's bringing his forehead to the knee. Again, more curvature here in the spine. We've seen this before earlier on in the practice. Bending the knee to lift the knee up towards the forehead. It's about the compression. Very few people can keep that right leg straight when they're beginning this practice. So that is not the focus of the posture. The objective is this compression. Pressing gently the forehead into the knee, working your hormonal system. Still at the same time, relaxing the left side hip flexor, knee goes towards the floor. Brad is pulling his stomach in and lifting the lower middle spine up towards the sky as he bends the elbows down, forehead higher. Change, inhale, come up. Nice, slow and controlled. You're going to switch out the legs. Whatever we do on the right, we do on the left. He's bending the right leg, left heels towards the left corner edge of his mat and towel, turn to the left and you go down, forehead to the knee, right? So by not being completely straight leg in front of you, he's off center to the left a little bit. He's creating a slight twist and compression here. Good, right shoulder down. Right knee, right hip flexor relaxing with every exhale. And then he's finding length through the underside of that left leg. He's bending the knee lifts up towards the forehead if he needs to. Otherwise, he's going to, if he's got a straight leg, he's going to kick through that left leg heel and engage his thigh muscles. We're influencing the hip flexors again, hamstrings, attachment points all on the back side of the body. Lower middle spine up towards the ceiling, forehead higher, and then change. Inhale, come up. Legs out in front of you. Lie down on your back. And then sit up, please, third part. So now we do both legs. We're holding on to the big toes with the index and middle fingers. Right? So we'll walk your hips back just a little bit, not too far on the mat and towel. We're just looking to lengthen through the hamstrings, backside of the legs. Notice how Brad has his knees, thighs towards each other, right? So we're influencing change in the hips the back of the hips, attachment points, back side of the body. Good. Doesn't matter if he has straight legs, but he's been practicing for a while and he's thinking about bringing the back side of the legs towards the back side of the knees towards the floor. Good. He's firing the thigh muscles, and then he's gently going to pull just a little bit as he's coming down. He's using his breath. For every inhale, he's finding length. For every exhale, he's coming down just a little bit more. These are teeny tiny micro movements here. You're exploring with the posture. You're either looking forward up here or maybe at your fingers, right? That helps keep the spine engaged. Your vision definitely connected to how well you engage the spine. Bending the elbows towards the floor, back the knees towards the floor. Pull, change. Reversing how you went down, very nice. Turn around, relax on your back. Savasana. So we have one more posture and then a breathing exercise. We've been building up to this last posture the entire class, right? So every posture, preparing for the next posture ahead of it. Culminating down to this last posture, spine twisting, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Toes and heels together, arms over your head. Inhale, sit up. Exhale it out. Nice. You choose which direction you would like to sit. Facing forward or turning around. The sun's a little bit bright. Good. So we're going to bend the left knee. Bring that right foot up and over the left knee corner. Right? So the heel is in line with the knee. To influence the hips, this is the interesting part here. He's going to press his right foot flat to the floor, and that's going to take time until you can make full contact with that right foot. As you press the right foot down, that right hip might lift up. That's okay. Just breathe through it. No need to come into the full expression of the posture. He's got his spine engaged. It's perpendicular to the floor. Good. Left hand up. Left arm up. Bring it over the right knee. Push the right knee back with the left elbow. Good. You can stay here. You can bring that left hand down to grab onto the knee. If this is too much here, again, as a beginning practitioner, if you had a towel on your mat here, you can hold onto the towel. You can even grab the edge of your mat instead of the knee. And then over time, as you build the spine strength, the hip rotation, all of these things that we are working towards, we will be able to touch with the knee. So his spine is going to become perpendicular to the floor. Good. His right hand is pressing into the floor like a kickstand here. He's going to slowly, gently look over his right shoulder. We're creating more range of motion in the neck, working the scalene muscles here. And change. Reverse how you went in. Good. Switch out the legs. So bending the right knee, left foot up and over the right knee corner this time. So now you can see a little bit more how that heel's in line with the knee. He's gently pressing that left foot flat to the floor, which is influencing the hip. He's pointing the right toes, so the heel is out from underneath the glute. Spine is beautifully nice and perpendicular to the floor. This takes time. This can take days, weeks, months, years. I've said this before. Please pay attention because you have plenty of time. All right, let's bring the right arm up. Push the knee back. Good. So again, you still have the option to keep the hand up. You're still creating a point of tension here, right? Opening up the body here. You can hold on to a towel, you can hold on to your mat, or you can bring your hand down, place it onto your knee, right? This is just to give you a little bit of leverage here. So as you work on your spine strength, keeping the chest lifted, good. You can then look over your left shoulder. Total spine is twisting top to bottom, keeping that left hand nice and strong, pressing into the mat like a kickstand. Twist. Change. Very nice. Lie down on your back. We have a quick breathing exercise to finish off the class. So we begin with a breathing exercise. We create heat on the inside of the body. This carries us through the whole class, and therefore we end with a breathing exercise. Good, just to top it off. Couple of body breathing. Toes and heels together. Arms over your head. Inhale, sit up. Exhale it out. Good. Let's turn around. Now we have two options here, again, depending on range of motion in the body. Kneel down position, sit down on your heels, knees together, spine is straight, relax the abdomen. Good. Otherwise, you can sit cross-legged, no problem, keeping your hands to the side, touching with the floor to help reduce the bouncing in the upper body. So Brad is looking forward, chin is in nice neutral position, spine is straight. We're still opening up the ankles here, the top of the feet touching with the floor. Right. Exhale only, inhale happens automatically, 2 sets. We'll keep them brief for the purpose of demonstration here. And let's begin. Five, four, three. Nice. So the instructor typically guides you through this breathing exercise. He's just simply bringing in his belly enough to press air out, holding a straight spine. Good. Let's do a second set. It's a little bit faster. Here we go. Five, four, three. Nice. And that is your class. When you're ready, turn around, lie down on your back. Toes and heels together, allow the feet to fold open, arms by your side, palms facing out. We've been here before. Great point of recovery. This time, allow your eyes to close because the work is done. Your challenge here is to allow the belly to rise a little bit more than normal on your inhale and a little bit more on the exhale. The belly falls, allowing you to create a little bit more distance between self and thought. So the idea being the more you have focus on the breath, something that is most important, you can tune out everything else that you cannot influence outside of the perimeter of your mat and towel. Thank you so much, Brad. Appreciate it.